Hi boys and girls. All right, we are on chapter 2 of Freckle Juice. Now yesterday we got to meet some very important characters. We got to meet Nicky Lane. There's something Nicky had all over him. What was it? Freckles. And Andrew wanted freckles. Now remember, Andrew wanted freckles so his mom wouldn't know if his neck was dirty, so in the morning she wouldn't stop and make him wash his neck and he would never be late for school. But he didn't know how to get freckles, right? And then Sharon, who our book says is a know-it-all, says that she has a secret recipe that can help Andrew get freckles, but it will cost Andrew 50 cents. So today we're going to find out if he gets the recipe and what he's going to do. Now, as we read, there's going to be a part in the story where Sharon wants to have the money before she gives the recipe. I want you to think about why she says that and why she won't give him the recipe until after she has the money. Let's get going. That night, Andrew had trouble sleeping. He kept thinking about Freckle Juice. Maybe the reason no one in his family had freckles was because no one knew the secret recipe. If they never even heard of Freckle Juice, then how could they have any freckles? I mean, it figured. Andrew didn't like the idea of paying Sharon for anything, and 50 cents was a lot of money. It was 5 whole weeks' worth of allowance. But he decided that if Sharon's recipe didn't work, he'd ask for his money back. It was easy. All right, so I want you to do a little bit of math. If the recipe cost 50 cents and it took him 5 weeks to earn the money, how much allowance does he get each week? Think about that and let me know. The next morning, Andrew turned the combination of his safe bank to just the right numbers. 4 on the top, 0 on the bottom. He took out 5 dimes. He wrapped them in a tissue and stuffed the whole thing in his pocket. He didn't have time to wash his ears or his neck or anything. He wanted to see Sharon before the last bell rang. "Bye, Mom," Andrew called. "Andrew Marcus? Wait a minute." His mother hurried over to him. She almost tripped on her long bathrobe. The curlers in her hair scratched Andrew's face as she checked his ears and neck. "Please, Mom, can't we skip it just this once?" Andrew begged. What was Mom doing? Did you catch that? What was she wanting to do and what was she looking for? And how does Andrew feel about what Mom's doing? Mrs. Marcus stepped away from Andrew. She pointed a finger at him. "Okay," she said. "I'll let you go this time. But tomorrow, I'm looking again. And Andrew, zip up your pants." Andrew looked down. Ugh, zippers were a pain. "This afternoon when you come home, I'll be next door. Mrs. Burrows invited me over to play cards. You come get a key from me, okay?" "Sure, Mom. Okay." Andrew raced to school. He could hardly wait to see the secret recipe. First he'd look at it, and if it didn't seem any good, he just wouldn't pay. Here's a picture of Mom with her curlers. And she's telling him goodbye before he goes to school. Sharon was already at her desk when Andrew arrived. He went right over to her. "Did you bring it?" he asked. "Bring what?" Sharon opened her eyes real wide. "You know what? The secret recipe for Freckle Juice." "Oh, that, yeah, I have it. It's right here." Sharon patted her pocket. "Well, let's see it." "Do you have 50 cents? Sharon asked. "Sure, right here." Andrew patted his pocket. "Well, I'm not going to show it until you pay," Sharon said. Andrew shook his head. "Oh, no. First, I want to see it." "Sorry, Andrew. A deal's a deal." Sharon opened a book and pretended to read. Andrew Marcus, Miss Kelly said, will you please sit down? The second bell just rang. This morning we'll begin with arithmetic. Now we've used that word before. Do you remember what arithmetic is? It's another word for math. We usually say math, but we could also say arithmetic. Nikki, please pass out the yellow paper. When you get your paper, begin working on the problems on the board. Now, I want you to look at this page very carefully because it's going to lay out for you, peeking around this corner, it's going to lay out for you how he's getting the money over to Sharon and how Sharon's getting the recipe back over to him. And he goes to pick it up and he falls out of his desk. Oh no! What would I say if you were doing that and you fell out of your desk? Ooh, I'd probably say, get back in that seat. Andrew went to his seat. Then he took the tissue with the 5 dimes out of his pocket. He held it near the floor and he aimed it towards Sharon. She sat in the next row. Sharon stuck out her foot and stepped on the tissue. Then she slid it over until she could reach it with her hand. She bent down and picked it up. Miss Kelly didn't notice. Sharon counted the 5 dimes. Then she took a piece of folded up white paper out of her pocket and she threw it at Andrew. It landed in the middle of the aisle. Andrew leaned way over to pick it up, but he lost his balance and fell off his chair. Everyone laughed, except Andrew and Miss Kelly. Miss Kelly sighed. Oh, Andrew, what are you up to now? Please bring me the note. Andrew picked up the secret recipe. He didn't even have a chance to see it. It wasn't fair. It cost him 50 cents for nothing. He handed it to Miss Kelly. She read it, and then she looked up at him. Andrew, you may have this back at 3 o'clock. She put it in her desk. I don't want this to happen again. Do you understand? Yes, Miss Kelly, Andrew mumbled. Now, good. Let's get that arithmetic done. Now, Miss Kelly wasn't bad, Andrew decided. She could have ripped up the recipe, or sent him to the principal's office, or even made him stand outside in the hall all by himself. Andrew could hardly wait for 3 o'clock to come. He didn't bother counting Nicky Lane's freckles. Soon he'd have his own. When the second bell finally rang and the class marched down the hall, Andrew went up to Miss Kelly. She held the piece of white paper and she waved it at him. Here's your note, Andrew. I had the feeling it's important to you, but from now on, you must pay attention in class. Andrew took the recipe from Miss Kelly. After tomorrow, I won't have any trouble paying attention, he promised. You just wait, Miss Kelly. I won't have any trouble at all. Can you tell how Andrew's feeling in our story? I mean, it doesn't tell us, but from his words, can you tell how he's feeling? And what was it that Miss Kelly did or didn't do that made Andrew think that maybe she wasn't that bad after all? All right. I told you to think about why Sharon wanted the money to the recipe before she ever would even let him look at it. What are your thoughts on that? I'm going to attach a Google form with that question, and I want you to fill out your thoughts and let me know. And do you think that the Freckle Juice is going to give Andrew freckles? Do you think it's going to work? But I want to know why or why not you think it's going to work. All right, go to Google Classroom, check out the form, send it back to me. Don't forget to hit that you're complete and then share it back. All right, boys and girls, until tomorrow, keep reading, keep working hard. I love you, I miss you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.